Residents are being asked to help the City Council design recreation areas in Mosgiel. The reserves are within the Highland Park and Silver Springs subdivisions. Council Recreation Planning Officer Andrew Lonie is working on the project and he joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Hello.
What does the Council want to do with these reserves?
The plan is to develop these areas as attractive green spaces that people can enjoy being active in or just go simply to relax.
Why is the public being consulted?
Well, recreation means many things to many different people. So it could be walking the dog, it could be throwing frisbee around with a few mates, could be having a ball game. So it's important that people work out what recreation experience is important to them and what's going to work best in these reserves.
Now you've just held a public workshop. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, so we had our workshop last Wednesday evening. We had about 40 people turn up, which we were very pleased with. Most of them were Highland Park and Silver Springs residents, although we had a few people from the wider Mosgiel area as well. So we ran them through a few ideas, showing them the ways in which you can develop reserves, and then we got them to work in groups and workshop those ideas and then report back to us.
What are some of the popular ideas at the moment?
So we've had ideas such as a walking trail around the perimeter of one of the reserves. Some people want to see natural planting or natural play areas. Some people want them simply left as open spaces. We've even had a water feature suggested as well.
Very nice. What's the next step?
So our consultation is actually open for a few more days until this Friday. When the consultation closes, we'll then be collating all the really good ideas we've had, and we'll be engaging a designer to pull those ideas together and come up with some draft concept plans.
When do you expect to have a final design?
Not until next year. We'll need to look at all the ideas, and then when they're collated into the design plan, we'll go back and consult again and get some more feedback from the community before preparing the final design.
And who will be paying for the development of these recreation areas?
So the developers of the two reserves make a contribution to council to develop the reserves.
What's the budget?
So Silver Springs is just under $40,000. Highland Park, which is a much larger area, the budget there is $200,000.
How big are those areas?
So Silver Springs is about 2,000 square metres and Highland Park is about 8,000 square metres.
That's quite sizable. Will people living outside of those subdivision areas be able to use these recreation grounds?
Yes, they will. They're public recreation areas. So while they will be used mainly by the residents, we're hoping that they will add and complement to the network of parks and reserves that's available in the wider Mosgiel area.
And there's a bit of work to go through yet in terms of the planning stage and coming to a final design, but in an ideal world, when is work likely to begin?
So later in 2016, once we've completed all the planning work, we'll then need to work on some detailed design and some contracting and tendering.
Council Recreation Planning Officer Andrew Lonie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.